2021 Celebration Bowl is a black college football championship game featuring Jackson State and South Carolina State University, respectively, on December 18th. I caught up with the executive director, Mr. John Grant. Check out what he told me about the big game. Mr. Grant, first and foremost, I hope you and your family are safe and sound. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic, James, and thank you so very much for having me here with you today.
Thank you, sir. Many people regard this event, the Celebration Bowl, as the HBCU National Championship, the football game. Can you share with our audience the details on the big game coming up?
Well, we are excited that we have two championship teams that are going to be joining us December 18th here in Atlanta. The South Carolina State Bulldogs, led by Coach Buddy Pugh, will be taking on the Jackson State Tigers, led by Coach Deion Sanders. It's going to be a fantastic game. Both teams are undefeated in conference. Both of them are coaches of the year for their conference. So, and we know that the fan bases for both of those universities are very excited. So we actually believe that we're going to be delivering a world-class event, you know, to our viewers and to fans this year.
All right, thank you, Coach. Jackson State versus South Carolina State on December 18th. The SWAC versus the Meac in the HBCU National Championship football game. All right, HBCU basketball. The Norfolk State Spartans are one of the hottest college men's basketball teams in the country. Check out this BNC Sports exclusive with the coach, Robert Jones.
We were fortunate enough to be ranked on I guess the only mid-major poll that makes any sense or that counts with College Insider, you know, the last poll, number 23 in the country. So we have shown that we're one of the best mid-major basketballs in the programs in the country, whether HBCU or otherwise. So UNC Wilmington, which is another notch on that belt to go along with William and Mary and Bowling Green and Tennessee State and Hampton the first time and Grambling and things like that.
Coach, from your perspective, how competitive is HBCU basketball?
Super competitive, and I think that people outside of HBCU basketball is, they're finding out, and a lot of basketball programs are, finding out the hard way when they take HBCUs for granted. You know, you see what we've done. We've had 6 out-of-conference wins. Spanning across a few conferences that people give a lot of recognition to. You know, you see South Carolina State has had a good win against South Florida the other night, which is a great upset. Maryland Eastern Shore should have beat St. Joseph's, but they beat Fordham. Out of the Atlantic 10. So they should honestly have 2 Atlantic 10 wins. And, they will pick low in the conference. So it just shows the balance that we have as a conference and what we can really do against other conferences when provided a chance.
Now, Coach, you actually have one of the best backcourts in the country and definitely in HBCU basketball. So why are Joe Bryant Jr. and Jalen Hawkins so effective, crafty, and skilled?
They complement each other. Jalen, is a guy that just knows how to get a bucket. It's not like he's like overly skilled or he's overly quick or anything like that. He just knows he has a knack for being able to play the game of basketball. Joe Bryant, he's a kid that does have some pretty good skill and he's not as athletic as Jalen, but he uses his size, his width. To draw fouls and things like that, and he can make the three. He has pretty good range on his shot, so they definitely complement each other. And then we have one starting and one coming off the bench, and Jalen. And Jalen obviously could be a starter, but I think that every good team has 6 starters, and you only can play 5 at a time, so he's our 6th starter, honestly. And he does a good job in that role for now.
Now, last season you won the Meac. You went into Indianapolis, Indiana, into the NCAA tournament. And you bring back several pieces from that team, and you mesh that and gel that with some of the guys who will get more experience this season. Talk about your Spartans now. Again, you guys are blazing, and you're winning basketball games.
Well, I think that, and even with the unfortunate loss last night, we've won 17 out of our last 20 games spanning back to last season. So we're 17-3 in the last 20. with only losses coming to Gonzaga, Xavier, and now Hampton. We've taken care of business.
Thank you, Coach. Robert Jones. The Norfolk State University Spartans head on the road December 11th to play at the Wichita State University Shockers. Tip-off 7 p.m. Eastern. Finally, it's time for our King of the Hill. He's a golf history maker, folks. Many people believe he paved the way for Eldrick Tiger Woods. Lee Elder is our BNC King of the Hill. Lee Elder was born on July 14, 1934 in Dallas, Texas, Big D. He passed on November 28th, recently in 2021 in Escondido, California, a beautiful area near San Diego. Now, he actually turned pro way back in 1959. He retired from the links in 2005. His impact, you talk about 16 professional wins, 4 PGA Tour victories, and 8 PGA Tour Champions wins. In 1974, Elder captures his first PGA Tour win at the Monsanto Open in beautiful Pensacola, Florida, punching entry into the Masters. That's very key there. The Masters in Augusta, Georgia. Obviously, Tiger would follow that. Lee Elder shot 74 on day 1 and a 75 on day 2, missing the cut, but opening doors and making his impact. The late, great Lee Elder is our BNC King of the Hill. And again, you talk about phenomenal leaders in the world of sports, and they meet Black history at the same time.
Yeah.
What a remarkable human being.
Absolutely. And, you know, I always love your King of the Hills, but this one is so spot on.
Definitely touching. I actually ran across him once in Atlanta. I didn't get the interview, but I did get an opportunity to say hello and thank him for everything he did for the world of golf.
And what was his response? I'm sure it was gracious.
Very humble, a great smile, and a moment I'll never forget.
Yeah, I mean, the smile radiates through the photos that you also showed while telling his story as well. He will surely be missed.
A classy man.
Like the one I'm seated next to.
There you go.
Yeah. Takes class to know class. With that being said, BNC Live will be right back. We're going to take a quick break, but stay with us.